You're gonna get me into trouble. My wife is gonna listen to this.
But how do you always get? I need to know, man. How do you always have all these babes surrounding you? What do you do?
Ooh.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to this episode of the Chris Hansen Conversation. And I have flanking me, I have people who I will call the old spin doctors. So this is the one with the old spin doctors. And to my left, I have Kenneth Mark.
Hello.
And to my right, I have the Partyman, Clifford. And these guys have been in the game, and that would be the club DJing scene like forever, since I was in fucking diapers. So these guys...
Oh, we can use obscenities.
Of course you can.
But I'm only 22.
Oh, really?
I'm 36.
Oh, you're 36, huh? And then I must be 15. And then these guys have been around and for such a long time, and that's the reason why I asked them to be here as my kakis for this particular episode. And for those of you in and around the world, kakis would mean buddies, okay? To have them here as my buddies on the show, for me to ask them some questions. First of all, let me just start this way, guys. Kenneth, how long have you been in this game?
I started about 14 plus. I'm 36 now.
That's free. I will ignore the 36 bit. 14.
Yeah.
That would be illegal, right?
No. Back then we could do home parties, mobile discos.
Functions. House functions.
Yeah, where people are more tolerant.
So you started actually doing stuff for house parties?
Yeah, for house parties.
Okay, but not in a club at that time.
Then this guy came along. He saw me spinning at a house party, and he asked me, "Hey, you want to spin in a club?"
It's my house, right?
Yeah, it was his house. I did a birthday party for his sister, and here comes this little guy. Say, "Hey, you want to spin in a club?" And I say, "Hey, why not?"
No, wait. He was spinning for your sister's party.
Yeah, we had.
But you spin. So why didn't you spin?
Because it was my sister's birthday, so we had invited, and then it's a long story.
Hello, that's the reason why you're on this show, because I want to listen to long stories.
Okay, he was dating back then one of my sister's best friends,
right.
if I'm not wrong. So he happened to be at the party, and I was slightly older, so I was
Slightly.
in the background partying, and then all the music was going on. I was like, hey, this guy can play. So I went to say hi.
But why didn't you spin?
I think what happened was I was doing the early warming up for him. Then after a few beers, he took over.
And we were underage.
I think I was 17 and he was 14.
No,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
14 plus,
He wasn't underage.
Yeah.
You were underage.
Yeah, 14 plus. Yeah.
When did you start?
Around the same time as Kenneth, I reckon. I think I was.
How old were you?
Back, I think I was about maybe 15 or 16.
Holy
just before
shit!
the
Another
army,
illegal one.
Yeah.
Just before the army.
Yeah.
So we were all DJing using cassettes and
Yeah.
our own house equipment, our Akai amplifier, our cassette deck, and then we never had a mixer. We just ready, change 1, 2, flip the switch.
So it's chopping in.
Just chopping in here and there. And then, but then at that time when we were at my house, I think we already had mixers and we had the Mark IIs already.
Right.
First generation,
The Mark II turntables.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, why so young, 14, 15, gone on to the DJing business, so to speak? Why?
I think it was basically passion for music, and I was influenced by my dad, who was collecting hi-fi stereo systems, and he was playing like vinyls in the background, Elvis, Carpenters, Rita Coolidge, and
not necessarily club music.
Not necessarily club music, but it got me into music.
Right.
Yeah. So then we were all. I was staying in Serangoon Gardens, and we had gangs. I'm sorry, not gangs. We had cliques. Cliques.
What the fuck?
And we hung out and we just did cool things,
So you're one of those Serangoon Garden guys.
Yeah.
Gardens boy.
Gardens
The
boy.
because I remember way back when, right? The Gardens seemed to be producing quite a lot of DJs coming out from that,
yes.
from that
And Naughty
neighborhood.
Boys.
As well as that. Which school are you from, man?
St. Gabriel's.
Oh, you're St. Gabe's boy, of course.
Yeah,
Gardens, huh?
Gardens.
How about you?
Josephine. But I used to hang out in St. Gabe's Alcohol Theatre. I was the only SJI boy that used to be hanging out there.
So why did you start?
Because it was cool.
No shit. Is that really the truth, or there's more to it?
No, there was it. I said, hey, this is cool stuff, man. So, every time we organized a party, we were in charge of our own music. So, in the end, so many people always wanted to come to our functions. So, we decided to, there were 4 of us at that time. I remember 4 of my good friends. So, we decided to do this on a weekly basis. One day at my house, one day at your house. So, every month we used to have functions.
Right.
We used to clear the furniture out of our living room. All the tables and chairs out, put a lift, and then we just invite the whole neighborhood show up, and then we just party and dance.
And all this without any money to be earned.
Without money, because we used to dismantle our hi-fi in the hi-fi cabinet. We used to dismantle everything and then take the parts that we wanted out. And then if I didn't have enough speakers, or you got the equalizer, you would bring it. And then we would put a fan on the amplifier, and then we just borrow everybody's speaker and then join the black and red cable, join, and then we'll have 8 speakers, and then it will last for about 1 hour. Then after that, everything will get distorted.
Yeah. Because the amplifier will underpower.
Yeah.
So when you started, was it for no money as well?
It was for money. We did house parties. We got maybe $300-400 back
Wow,
then.
that's quite a lot of money back then, right?
And then we saved the money so that we could buy the techniques.
Okay, guys, let's stop being such fuckers about our age, our ages.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about $300-400 back then, and we're saying, because our listeners and viewers, they'll be wondering about this shit, right?
Yeah.
That was in which year?
I think that was 81.
There you
Correct.
go. 1981.
Yeah.
81, 82.
Yeah. That.
$300-400 is a lot of money back then.
It was.
A whole lot of money.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent, huh?
Yeah.
And when did you start earning money doing this?
After a while, when we, the 4 of us, we decided to, hey, since it's working out so well, and at that time there was a growing demand for mobile disco, so we started our own mobile. I'm sure most of the old DJs started their mobile disco.
Yeah.
Ours was called Aces because there was Arthur, Clifford, Edmund, and Sam.
Right.
So ours was Aces Mobile Disco, and his was called
Cats.
Yeah.
When I was about 20, we had Cats Music Productions.
So isn't it amazing? You guys started out in the DJing scene, house functions.
Yeah.
Because you love music.
Right.
Right? You guys love music, love putting things together and say, let's have a party.
Yeah, that's right.
You throw these parties. You get paid for it. Well, you didn't get starting.
After a while, we got paid for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he
Smarter
got
guy. Smarter guy got paid first.
Of course.
And then both of you started as early entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And how long did those businesses respectively last?
It lasted me until when I went to NS. We were doing all our company functions and his company functions, and then the sergeants and the captains like, hey, you all are very good. Can you all do one for So we started doing everything for the army.
Same.
Passing out parade party, all the parties. So we in NS.
The hours in the messes.
So we could get out of camp very easily, and because
it's such a joy, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was playing at NCO Club as well.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, $1 anchor beer.
SF beer.
Yeah.
What happened to those businesses then after NS? Were they still in existence? Did you come back to running the show?
We had a business, and then after which there was competition, but then because I was also in the army,
right?
I kind of moonlighted at night,
right?
And I was spinning to survive from my $90.
You do know that's
salary.
Also illegal, right?
Yes, it was illegal.
Yeah, illegal. So then we were playing Tavern on the Square. It was kind of
Oh wow!
Yeah, morning back to camp and that kind of stuff.
Oh, Tavern on the Square. Were you at Tavern on the Square?
I was at this place in Park Lane. It was called Park Lane Disco.
Holy shit!
I was at another place called The Trap.
The Trap, yeah.
That was The Trap. It was a high-end KTV. I cannot mention who used to go there because I would get arrested.
And I will not ask because I don't want to get arrested either. Tavern on the Square, man. Shout out to Gingerbread.
Yep.
Shout out to my dear Dato, Jason Shahul, and Ma'am, and Hussein. Wow, these guys. He was spinning in Tavern. How come?
Yeah.
How the fuck? When you were there, spinning at Tavern in the Square.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Wow, 21?
No freaking way, man.
21? Yeah.
No freaking way. I'm not that much younger than you. You know why? This story. I mentioned this to Jason Shahul, who's, for those of you who don't know, Gingerbread was quite an iconic band back in the day, in the 80s, when Singapore was, in my opinion, were rocking it. The band scene was really rocking.
Yeah.
And Gingerbread wrote a song, and it was an original number. It's called Roses.
Yes.
That's the reason why the band leader is a guy named Jason Shahul, and he owns Gingerbread Recording Studios now, and his wife is the illustrious Anne Hussein.
Yeah.
And these guys were part and parcel of the band. Yeah, and they wrote a song called Roses. It was an original number, and that's the reason why they are featured in a national museum.
Yeah.
Because that song hit the charts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, Roses is an amazing song. And Kenneth Mark used to spin at a place where Gingerbread used to play, called Tavern in the Square, in Singapore's East Coast Park, way back when. And when at that time, if memory serves me correctly, it was, what, 84? Yeah. You couldn't have been 20-something, man. Because I was like 14, 15, and I was trying to get my way into the club illegally to watch
Maybe
them
20.
play. You can't be that much older than me. Come on.
We don't have a calculator here.
Oh, gee. Oh, Jesus. Can't be all that much older than me. Wow, we're really old cocks, man, you guys. Where did you spin, man? Way back around that time.
Okay, my first when I first started being paid for playing, I believe it was for a mobile disco company. I believe it was Disco World.
Oh no!
At Shaw Centre. Remember they had that shop, Disco World, and then it was Mr. Go and the wife. So I used to run all their mobile discos for them, for this guy called Ajit.
Ajit, yeah.
I don't know if y'all can remember him or not. So they used to send me to all these places, and then I had one turntable and two turntables and one cassette. And then they used to give me recorded CDs, recorded cassettes. Recorded cassettes, all right? Cassettes. 5 recorded cassettes, to play. So I can play one record, and then after that, when it finishes, I switch to the CD, and then switch back to the record.
No, but what do you call that? What do you call that? What do people call that now? When you have cassettes and you recorded it, what's it called? There's a name for it, right?
Cassette player?
Mixtape,
mixtape.
Mixtape.
Yeah,
mixtape.
Oh my god!
We used to have all the mixtapes ready to go.
Yeah,
7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10.
Really, was it really hard work, huh?
Yeah, because we couldn't carry the records back then. So what we did was we did mixtapes, and we had timings on them, and we used to pre-record before we go.
Yeah.
So every time we wanted to change the mixtape, we would switch back to one record, or we would sing the birthday song, and then we quickly switch back to the mixtape.
So now that we're on that subject of mixtapes, back when you had Mark IIs, turntables.
No, that time not yet.
Oh, then what
Mark
was
IIs
it?
yet. The Mark IIs were new in the market, so we were just starting to. It wasn't really very available everywhere. Not everybody could afford it.
I think he's still going back to the time when he was 16.
Yeah. So no, at Little World, at Disco World, we used to have very limited turntables. So when they had 2 or 3 mobile discos going out on the same day,
Right.
only one team would get the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Yeah, then the rest of us would get cassettes. This is yours.
So you started in an era before the Technics Mark II came on board.
Yeah, more or less.
Fuck me. That's Paleolithic, man.
Yeah, before it came on board. Yeah,
Dude, it's Paleolithic, man. That's like way before Jurassic, dude.
Yeah, the mixer had a knob. Turn left, turn right, left, right.
You were lucky if you could get a Hitachi with a small little knob, and you could have a little pitch control.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was considered lucky with small little pitch control.
Okay, again, I'm going to come back to this topic. When we're talking about mixtapes, comparing to the DJs of today, using computers,
Yes,
right? BPMs are actually done for you. Right?
Yes.
Am I right to say that?
Correct.
And you either use Traktor or Serato, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Right. Okay. The DJ controllers.
Yes.
Back when, guys, when you were using mixtapes, and then you have your turntables. Let's say you're given the good stuff back way back when.
Yeah.
You still had a party going.
Yes.
You still could hold the crowd.
Yes.
On the floor, right?
Yes.
Skill sets compared to back then to those today. If you get those guys today who spin right now, the younger generation,
Okay.
to do what you guys did, do you think they can do it?
It would be a little bit difficult for them
Yeah.
because back then, like I said, you wouldn't have the advantage of the computer, the laptop.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, we also had the advantage because we knew how to use the mics.
Yes.
And the DJs that are playing today
Don't.
don't really
Yeah.
use the
So
microphone.
you can relate to what Clifford said.
Yes, that's right.
So you what Clifford just said is that, let me try and get this right, okay? You guys had the skill sets
Correct.
Yes.
behind a microphone.
That's right.
And how would you define what Clifford just said, since you agree? What does it mean, skill set behind a microphone?
I mean, if we have a gig, we are the entertainers.
Right.
We spin our music,
Right.
and we use the mic to hype the crowd,
Right.
party.
Okay. Can I have an example of how you would hype the crowd behind a microphone? Could you do something?
You want
Yeah.
me to take off my clothes now? Oh,
Behind the microphone, dude, not visually.
it's kind of difficult because you don't have the atmosphere here.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
give an example. You don't have to really do it to hype out the crowd. But example, what would you say behind a microphone?
You know, last time it was easy. It was like, you
Yeah.
know, it's more or less what the DJs are saying today. But the only difference, I reckon, is not the DJs of today have what's called a hype man who does the hyping for them. Most of the DJs nowadays can't speak on the mic. When
Yeah.
they see a microphone, they get terrified. They're like,
Yeah.
wow.
No way, really?
Yeah, they're like, what?
Okay, what the fuck's a hype man, man? What the fuck
The
does a
hype
hype
man-
man
Okay,
do?
so now you in modern generation, you got a guy playing the digital music,
Uh-huh.
right? He's the DJ playing the music. Then you have another guy holding the microphone.
Hey,
Just
put your
hyping
hands
himself.
up! Put your hands
That's
up!
all he does.
Hands up! 5, 4,
Yeah, that's all he
3,
does.
2, everybody jump!
Okay. I'm trying to relate to this because I remember back in the 90s being in the business, right? Though I've never been in the club scene in terms of spinning. I don't spin.
Yeah, I know.
I don't spin. Oh gosh. Too many things for me to do, to dabble in, and then I go to spinning. No, but I do respect DJs a whole lot. Yeah, that's one thing for sure. Yeah, you say hype man. Back when I was doing events,
Yes.
we had this guy that had a role to play, and we called this guy a Mikey.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same concept.
Same concept.
Same concept.
Same concept, okay. But then again, that came a lot later in the 90s when we got the Mikey thing happening.
Yeah.
Because the DJ, even for private events,
Yes.
they will know how to hype up a crowd without having a need to have a Mikey or a
yeah,
hype
exactly.
man. Right?
We did everything.
So basically, what you're saying to me is that today's generation of jocks don't have the knack for being behind a mic.
Yes, they don't. And the
Yeah.
funny thing is that I've had some so-called DJs who I'm trying to teach them to use the microphone. Right? It's not easy.
Really?
They look good. They can play music very well, and then I give them the microphone. They go like, "Hello, everybody. My name is," and then and I go like, "What the?"
Everybody ready?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Oh, swear to God. I swear to God. Look good, and some of the girls look so good, and then when you give them the microphone, like, hello, thank you for coming.
It's real.
Oh,
it's real.
what
It's
the-
real. Yeah.
Really?
It's really real. Yeah.
So this is okay. What do you think attributed to this issue? Why, in your opinion?
Because it's easier to start becoming a DJ now because of all like the equipment that you have, the modern technology, right? It's easier to learn how to become a DJ.
Right.
It's much easier.
Yeah. The computer
So-
works for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's because of technology that these guys can just become a DJ.
Correct.
The more important thing would be how much you have in your library, in your software.
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
Yeah,
How many songs you
Yeah,
have accumulated,
yeah.
right?
Correct.
Right. But you guys must have thousands.
Yep.
Are
Back from
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah. But do you guys use digital now?
I still do.
Yes.
You're using digital now.
For Clifford is using digital. I'm still analog.
You're still analog.
So I still collect thousands of records and play them.
Oh crap!
But I'm in the process of going digital. So there's nothing wrong with digital. I have to embrace it.
Right,
Because
sure.
that's the new generation.
Sure.
I made the switch in when I was playing. I can't remember, but I made the switch when I was with Juliana's. I think we switched to CDs first of all before the Serato.
Yeah.
So I think when I first switched from the record turntable to the CDs, that was in the
CDs.
Tornado.
Whoa!
That was my
wow.
first switch. I went
The
there. They
90s.
say, "Okay, this is your new." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, and it was tough with the CDs because you for a record we could see where the breaks are and we
Right.
could start from we could put the needle where it is.
Yeah.
But for the CD, you would have to really forward.
Tap.
Yeah,
Pinky,
yeah,
So you
that's
have
right.
to tap,
Right.
and then you have to tap, and then you have to memorize
yeah.
because you had the counter. So, this CD track 1, I have to play. Get ready at 0.23 seconds.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah. You
So
had to
quite a
write it down.
nightmare, huh?
Yeah, and then the sound was also different. So instead of it was a totally different. It took me 1 week to
Get used to it.
get the hang of it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so Monday we went in. They said, "Are we switching? You got no more turntables. Your CD players now." I said, "Whoa, no
But
choice."
you mentioned two names that really brought back memories. One, you said Juliana's of
Juliana's.
London.
Correct.
Yes, that's
Can you
right.
tell everyone that's watching the show who and what Juliana of London's was all about?
Okay, Juliana's was one of the biggest agencies that looked after a lot of clubs and disc jockeys and entertainment managers in Southeast Asia, in London, Oslo, everywhere. So in Asia, they were based at Clemenceau Avenue. And they ran all the major clubs in Singapore, usually at all the hotels. The Hyatt Hotel was Shinasari. Xanadu was at the Shangri-La.
Scandals.
Black Velvet was at
Scandals.
Scandals was at Raffles,
Raffles,
and
yeah.
then we had Malaysia Hotel had My Place, Mandarin Hotel had the Library,
The library, yeah.
43 Scots was
Yeah.
at the Sheraton Towers.
Oh man, we
Yeah.
were rocking, back then.
Yeah. So those were the days when you had a pure, proper club,
Yeah. Including Xanadu.
including
In
Xanadu.
Shangri-La.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? We were a real jumping country, man.
Yeah. Tuesday, ladies' night. Let me tell you, back in the days, right? Tuesday night, ladies' night at Xanadu, the queue used to be unreal.
Yeah,
and the ladies did not get free drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got free entry and that's it, you know.
But they were relying on the guys who were customers to
Yeah,
buy
that's right.
drinks for them
Correct.
anyway.
Correct. Nowadays, ladies' night is like ladies' night, no free drink. I don't want to go.
But back then, I think everyone
Yeah.
was walking into a club
Yeah.
for the main purpose to just have a damn good time.
Dancing.
that's
and
right.
Let go.
And really
Yeah.
sweat
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
amazing way back when. Then you mentioned, you mentioned so many. I wanted to pick on that name, Tornado.
Tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Tornado was actually part of Becker's. Becker's somehow or other bought some shares, if I'm not wrong, into Juliana's, and Tornado was one of the first clubs that was under Becker's. It was at the Phoenix Hotel. So
Yeah.
I think I was posted there together with the late Andy DJ. He
Andy,
passed on a couple of years ago. So we
Right.
were the first two there, and that was when Becker's started getting rid of the turntables. So all Becker's clubs had CDs. Juliana's club still ran on the vinyl.
Right.
So all the clubs that Becker's took over had CD players. So
Right.
there was a change.
Right.
The momentum changed there.
So when did you actually start coming into the club scene? Which was your first club?
The first club was I was a relief DJ at My Place at the Malaysia Hotel.
Wow.
I think now it's the Boulevard Hotel, right behind Hard Rock Cafe.
Right.
It used to be the place where all SQ girls, who's who, they had a car park right in front. Everybody used to drive up with the fancy cars and, nice place called My Place.
My Place.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Which club did you start off?
So because he introduced me to the night scene, and at about 15, I was like apprentice at Mamota.
Mamota,
Yes,
Where is that?
that was a Kalang Leisure Room.
Kalang
It
Restaurant.
was the biggest.
One of the biggest clubs,
Yeah.
and they had the biggest boys' night out every Sunday.
Yes.
So Sunday was gay night. Yeah, I've got nothing against that. I got a lot of friends against.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Sunday was gay night, or Sunday afternoon. We used to play there. I used to play with William Armstrong for the gay parties there. We would lock ourselves into the DJ's console, and then there would be like 700 men dancing, throwing oil.
Oh man,
And-
shout out to William
Ah!
Armstrong. Shout out to William Armstrong, man. Dude, I have not seen that guy except on Facebook. I have not seen that guy in years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think William's running a dance
dance
studio now.
Studio, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Specialized in tango. So if you guys wanna go back, way back, give William Armstrong a shout out. All right.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go on any further, first of all, as usual, on the Chris Hansen Conversations on CHC, I would like to thank Gordon's Vades once again for sponsoring these wonderful, crispy, probably the fluffiest Vades in the land.
VJ the DJ.
VJ,
thank
thank you,
you.
VJ the DJ, for making sure that we have our taste of Vade every time I have a show going on for myself and for my guests. And you can take a look right now. The number to contact is there. Just give a WhatsApp and place your orders. You will not regret this. Gordon's Vades, thanks once again. And guys, please have the one you have bit just now. God knows where you left
Sorry, I left
You
it
have-
somewhere.
Where's the one that you
must
bit?
be,
that one, yeah.
sorry.
Have a chili too if you want, man. And please have one. Please
Sorry,
have
I
one.
couldn't resist.
Yeah,
so
here we go.
I took a bite
yeah,
earlier
yeah.
on. Oh.
Yeah, please, just
It's still
indulge,
crunchy.
indulge. The best Vades in the land. Once again, thank you, Gordon's Vades. Now back to my question. You guys started 14 years old, 15 years old, got to the club scene eventually. We heard about all that. Throughout your life, as DJs, I know you're still doing this. Have you ever done anything else besides being a DJ?
Oh yes. For
Okay,
me,
yeah.
I kind of left the line when I was about 34.
Why do you leave?
I have kids, so yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was there for them.
Okay.
Yeah, growing up days and all. So I left the line and did my normal work. I was running Thai Express Group as a general manager.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I joined Sincere Watch as a manager as well, and of course was in the mobile gaming scene for quite a while,
Right.
traveling and all. And I only recently got back to the scene because the same guy sitting next to you.
Yeah. Come on.
He's quite an influencer.
Yeah.
Don't tell his wife.
You're quite the influence, man, Partyman. The Partyman speaks, Kenneth goes, yo!
Because he's taking care of Sans Bar in Sentosa.
Yeah, that's right.
And he says, "Hey, why don't you come and spin, jam for a while and all?" So of course I'm playing vinyl. I'll bring my turntables there, hook it up, and then play that.
But you were, I know for a fact that you guys got to hear this. For those of you old enough to know, we had probably the hottest disco Singapore had ever seen. I am fucking saying it.
Yeah.
Fire Disco.
Yeah.
And this guy was spinning at Fire Disco.
Yeah, yeah.
And after that, you were spinning in Sparks, right?
Yes, after which Sparks, yeah.
I tell you something, young people watching the show, I don't know whether you'll be watching the show. Honestly, I don't give a flying fuck. But if you're watching the show, you guys don't know what you've missed. Because we had great times way back when Singapore had Fire Disco. Then after that, the owner, Dean Shahul.
Dean Shahul, yeah.
He opened up
Dato
Sparks.
Din.
Still moving around and enjoying his life.
Yeah, I think I've seen him around, as a matter of fact, moving around the block.
You know, Dean gave me some very good advice once about being a DJ. I just need to share this with the rest of the DJs out there. He told me once, if you put a track on, if it clears the dance floor, throw it away.
Yeah.
So I threw a couple of records away because of him. Like, it's not working.
So being a DJ is not really all that easy, isn't it? It seems to me that in this last couple of years, perhaps, maybe especially now after the pandemic, that a lot of club owners or bar owners seem to think that a DJ's job is kind of easy, huh?
Yeah. I think they think that it looks easy.
Okay, so let's tell the people right now that being a club DJ, don't scoff at these guys because it's not easy in the least. You got to hold a crowd. You got to make sure they stay on the dance floor.
Yes, that's
right. You got to so you see.
Well, you don't want to keep them on the dance floor all the time. You want them to go back to the bar and buy drinks also. So.
But if they get freaking thirsty from dancing, they want to order some more drinks.
Yeah, so you need to have the right balance of First of all, maybe you need to like break the crowd up into 3 different groups. Okay, I got the younger group, I got the older group, and I got that. So if I get the older group dancing, the younger group is at the bar drinking, then okay, the older group's been dancing for 20 minutes, they're going to get tired. Let's get the younger crowd back and then chase the older crowd.
Well, that's how you do it.
Yeah, so you need to have that balance to keep your dance floor and the bar busy, not only the dance floor busy. You got to look behind the dance floor at the bars. There's no point you have a full dance floor and your bars are empty. Your boss is not going to like that.
Okay, so the way he said it, the way Partyman just said it, it's like DJs are integral in the revenue generation
Yes.
of a club business.
Well, to a certain extent, he is correct. Depending on the club concept.
Right.
Yeah, for where I'm spinning out, I'm a resident with Tin Box Group.
Right.
We don't have a dance floor.
Okay.
So people just
Dance
move
where they
their bodies
stand.
wherever they are.
That's where they
correct.
stand.
So our
Okay.
job is to make sure they keep their bodies moving and drinking and having a good time, you know.
So how would you work the crowd? See, like for example, it's interesting what I just heard Partyman just say that I got to I get the old guys off the dance floor back to get the drinks, time to get the younger ones back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Sort of shooing the older ones back
Yeah,
to
correct.
getting drinks and stuff. But in your position, right? How would you? Well, people dance where they stand. How would you get people to generate revenue for the respective clubs or bar?
I mean, if they're having a good time, they will be drinking and drinking. I mean, it's just natural.
Okay.
Yeah. So we naturally play the hits,
Right.
And we naturally look at the crowd, the response, facial expressions,
Right.
And if something's not working out, quickly switch the song,
Okay.
make it happen. Yeah.
Okay. I want to throw the same question back to you, the one I threw to Kenneth earlier on. Did you ever leave the scene and do something else?
I did. I actually left, I think, for about 6 years. I went into the water sports business because I was quite an avid wakeboarder. So I decided to actually quit the nightlife for a while. And then me and a couple of friends, we had a wakeboarding business. It was called Max Out. We were operating from Punggol.
Right.
We bought like 10 boats and we started renting boats and wakeboarding.
My goodness.
Yeah. So I went into the water sports for about 6 or 7 years, and then after that, being Singapore again, restriction here, cannot do this, cannot do that, cannot wakeboard here, cannot wakeboard there. You only can wakeboard here, and they give you such a small area to wakeboard, and then the sport was growing so fast, and then you have 20 or 30 boats all in that same area. It was a big headache. So in the end, I said, okay, enough of this. I found a small bar and some friends on Sentosa, and we started setting up a place called Sunset Bay. Started partying there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Sunset Bay is partly owned by you?
No, I was working for I was with Gary and Paul Valendia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that time I think we just got back from Bali. Me and Tim Tan came back from Bali, and we told the brothers. The brothers had a canoe business on Sentosa. I say, why don't we take over the bar over there? And then we joined, and then so
You remember the foam parties?
yeah,
Yeah. That's why I was asking you. Sunset Bay is partly owned by you.
that was us.
Now we know where all the damn foam came from.
Yeah, we-
Yeah. His mouth.
Hey, here we go. Partyman Clifford, foaming in the mouth. We've got a foam party. Okay. What's the craziest thing, if you guys can tell me, has ever happened to you on a gig?
Me,
Yeah, both of you.
I go first.
Go ahead.
Okay, the craziest thing that happened to me was back in the days when I was just out from the army. I think it was my second or third gig. Those days we used to rent a pickup and put our equipment and all our stuff in, and then go to the party. So with that blue Datsun pickup, you remember that one? That blue Datsun pickup you can
the
rent
old-
for $18 a day.
Yeah.
So the pickup broke down, and that time I was riding a bike. So believe it or not, I had to put the amplifier, speaker, turntables, and everything else on that bike. One person. I had 3 speakers at the back, amplifier in the front.
No way.
Everything on one bike, and I had to ride to the spot. And while the guys were trying to fix the pickup, I had to go there first and try to set everything up first because we didn't want. So it was quite crazy. When I arrived there, they were like, "What the? Are you the mobile disco?" I said, "Yes." Can you help hold my bike for me? So that was quite funny.
The show
actually.
went on.
Show went on. The show must go on. Don't stop
Yeah.
the party. The
Yeah.
show must go on.
Yeah.
And then the balance of the speakers came later, about 45 minutes later.
Oh yeah, that was for a mobile party.
Yeah, that was a mobile disco.
Mobile party. Yeah. How about you?
Too many to mention, actually. Yeah, but
Pick
I think then it would be when I had my own company, Cats, and we had this van, Volkswagen Combi back then. Yeah,
Right. Cool, man.
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
And-
You still got one today. Just bought one last week.
Really? Did you?
Yeah.
I just brought one in from Indonesia.
You're in the vintage car
Yeah, I'm
business.
in the
huh?
vintage car business.
Yeah, right, man.
Yeah,
cool.
so it was after party, and then my driver drove all the equipment home. We had all the speakers and turntables and all that. And suddenly my phone rang. He drove the whole vehicle right into Bukit Timur drainage in center.
What?
Yeah, the whole vehicle just went in,
What?
and it's total loss.
There goes
But he
one
survived. He survived.
Okay, he
Yeah,
survived.
he
okay,
survived.
that's important.
Poor
But
combi.
the video, I mean,
Yeah.
the combi van was completely total.
Yeah, and total wreck. But saved his life. Yeah.
So a solid
Yeah.
vehicle.
And the equipment all survived. Yeah.
So tell me about your new combi van, man.
Well,
It's from Brazil.
Brazil.
And you're gonna soup it up.
In a little while.
I'm trying my best to make it into the bang bus. I'm trying to
You are lucky. This
instigate,
is a podcast. It's not
instigate,
really
velvet roof, water bed, disco ball,
And
sound system.
if and should that happen, we
Yeah.
expect to be invited for that.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and we will drive into a Bukit Timur.
No. Let's avoid that one. How has club culture evolved? You guys have been around. You've been around the block, man.
Wow, club culture has evolved. I tell you, very easy to. It's very weird. A long time ago, people on the dance floor would dance with each other, facing and talking to each other eye to
Yeah.
eye. Now, the new generation, they all dance and they stare at the DJ.
What?
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you all stop looking at me and dance, communicate, enjoy yourself, and put your handphone down?
Actually, come to think of it, if we look at pictures today anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
right? It's like the likes of David Guetta and all that. And you look at the audience, they're always facing the DJ.
Yeah.
It's
It's
freaking
different.
weird, right?
Yeah, and the handphone's like.
And they will take the handphones
Oh,
out.
for
and,
fuck's sake! Oh man.
So it has evolved. Not there are different kinds of clubs now. You have the festival club where you get big name DJs, and then all the audience wants to do is look at the DJ and put a handphone up and go yo, you know. And then you have some smaller clubs. I don't call them clubs anymore. I call them dance bars.
Dance bars. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so the dance bars usually have a smaller dance floor, and the people at these dance bars still listen to the music, but they don't really have the visual. Because at festivals, you have a very big light show.
Yeah.
Without the light show, the DJ is going to look really bad. Right? So the light show nowadays plays a very important part, the visual. But in the dance bars, it's more cozy, compact, and I believe that a lot of, there's more interaction between customers. People go there to mingle, to meet, boy meet girl, girl meet boy,
Yeah.
and then,
That hasn't changed, huh?
yeah, that's what I like about. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like the festival feel where you go there and you look at the DJ and then you don't even look left and right. You're just looking up,
Yeah.
and the music is the same for 2 hours.
Yeah.
The
The beats.
the same.
Yeah, it sounds the
and
same.
then the blackout. And then
Yeah.
the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the lights come on again, and then you do that for 2 hours. So sometimes that's why I don't really like to go to festivals. It's not that I don't want to. Once in a while.
It's a bit monotonous.
Yeah, once in a while.
It's a bit monotonous having that kind of stuff.
Once
It's the
in a
same damn beat all the
Yeah.
time. How about you? How do you think the club scene has evolved?
I think what Clifford mentioned is correct. And also smaller clubs are coming up. We have clubs that does a little bit of Thai concepts and all this kind of stuff now. Little small bars, kind of like
Dance bars.
Dance bars, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to be clubs. There used to be bars. Clubs, maybe you define maybe 250 people or more.
Yeah.
Now it's more of a early hour, happy hour thing. I believe that the crowd likes to come out early. They come out 7 to 8. Especially the older crowd, the 35, where the money is, the 35 to 55, they come
Yeah.
out about 8 o'clock. 12 o'clock, they all want to go home.
Yeah, they want to go home.
Huh?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we just have 4 hours.
Yeah.
1, 8, 9,
Yeah,
10, 11, 12. That's more than enough. Okay, I had it by. See you tomorrow. I survive. Tomorrow I wake up. I'm still alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh, so which means guys like you now spin up to 12?
Yeah.
That's
I-
it?
Kind of like 12, yeah.
That's it?
We start early. We go home early.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you, but that's no fun in going out for a weekend, right?
Oh, weekend. I mean, sometimes if we are still alive at 12:30, we call a party bus. The bus picks us up and we go out until 3, 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
but then
we go to clubs.
yeah, then we
That
go,
opens right up to 6.
yeah, we go until 6. But then after that, you lose the next day. Or in fact, you lose the next 2 or 3 days because
Recovering.
yeah, the recovery period for us is now 2 or 3 days. It used to be like a few hours. Now it's
Yeah,
it take you 2 days.
But how's the music these days? I mean, you guys are, like as I've been saying from the get go, you guys have been around the block a lot of times, right? Music today that you play in clubs, and versus through the years that you've been watching and playing music that's evolved.
I think for Clifford, he's diversified.
Yeah.
For me, I'm more known as a retro specialist, 80s, 90s music.
Right.
Yeah, so where I'm working right now, that suits me because we play vinyls only.
Right.
And basically playing 80s and 90s music.
Yeah, sure, but you specialize in that. Which one do you personally prefer?
80s and 90s music.
So basically, when you were clubbing,
Yeah.
or you were wrong, when you were spinning
Yeah.
in clubs, as compared to today,
Yeah.
you find no difference because you're still playing the same thing.
Yes, that's right.
Right, okay. How about you? Partyman, if you can tell me all the music you've played through the years, from your mixtapes to the genres, to the 80s and 90s and 2000s and then now today, and you're still spinning at a sandbar, and you still have young people coming up, and you kept yourself updated, we all know that. Of all these periods of music in the club scene, which period do you prefer the most?
Of course, the early 80s. I'm actually a very big Bob Marley fan. All right.
Legalize it.
I'm a very big Bob Marley fan.
Wait, long,
Bob
bro.
Marley, yeah. Bobby's been one of my main influences in music, especially when I used to play overseas in Bali and Koh Samui, right? So I'm a Rasta boy, right? But then again, I don't have any objection to any kind of music because I believe that music is music, and I play to please the crowd. That means whatever you want, I play. I never say I do not accept a request. If you have something, you come and see me. If I have it, I'll play it. So I'm open to all kinds of music. I mean from disco, even from rock and roll to disco to funk to techno to house to EDM, and now hardstyle as well.
Yeah.
And maniao.
What's that? What's Mandiao?
That's like Chinese music with dance
Techno beat.
beats.
Oh,
Euro techno. It's very hard to describe. But anyway,
Yeah.
no choice, because if you want to be in the business, you must always remember. There are many kinds of
man.
DJs. House DJ, this DJ, that DJ. If you wanna go down one road, it's gonna be harder for you to get a gig.
Yeah.
So you got to be versatile. You get more gigs.
Thank God I am not a DJ. Anyway, we talked about music, right? Let's talk about the kind of clubbers. I know we talked about how different club scene has evolved to how things today compared to before. Let's talk about the average clubber. From the clubbers you've experienced when some of them are older today,
Yeah.
right? Some of them you're still having today, as well as the current bunch of clubbers you have, and the people from before, from yesteryear. Of the years that go by, and please speak the truth and shame the devil, okay? Which type of clubber do you prefer? The ones way back when, or the ones today?
I would actually take it back to maybe about 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 8 years. Sorry, when was Muhammad Sultan? When
That was
was
a
it?
long
Oh,
time.
that was when
15,
2000s.
Yeah, that was
15
when it
years?
was.
In the 2000s.
I
early 2000s.
actually like the Muhammad Sultan days.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because we had Muhammad Sultan. I mean, we had We
Wong
had
Sans.
Wong Sans. We had.
Tatia.
I can name you everything. Samsara,
yeah.
Tache, Wong Sans, Orange.
That whole stretch.
Yeah, and then across the road you got East Side Science Supper Club, Amoeba, and then down the road you had Double O. It goes on, right? And that was really cool because you could spend the whole night in Muhammad Sultan, and you could bar hop.
Yeah.
You could bar hop, you go here, have one drink, enjoy a bit of music with the army boys, and then, in Samsara, and then you skip over to Knox, you hang out with the cool people, house music. Then you go to Wong Sans, you hang out with the older, the cool, and then you move down the road, and then after that you move back to the top. So it was one of the best nightlife scenes in Singapore that I actually would like to bring back.
Right.
Yeah.
So
A one-stop entertainment outlet.
So do you think that could happen again?
No.
No.
Why do you say that?
Because of location, and also because of a lot of restrictions that nowadays, the landlords,
Right.
right? The landlords are the most
Pain in the asses.
correct. That's
Right.
Took the words out of my mouth. Pain in the ass. Really,
Hustling.
they see you making money,
Yeah.
right?
And they
then
up their rent.
and then they go, okay, you know what? You have to sign another next 6 months, and then this is a new. And then you look, it's times 9 what the original rental is,
Yeah.
and then then you work so hard and say, and you earn.
Yeah.
So
Your revenue.
it kills.
Revenue is there, but it kills
Yeah.
your profit. Yeah.
Kills.
Yeah, and I've always said, man, the problem with this, with any place, anywhere, not just in Singapore, right? It's not about the supply chain disruption, blah 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 blah. It's the fucking landlords,
Landlords.
man.
I believe in
Yeah.
every kind of business, like it's the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's what we're all feeling and reeling in and suffering right now.
Yeah. I can understand that. How about you? Which generation would you prefer in terms of the average clubber, man?
I think if you ask me, it's quite close to the Muhammad Sultan days. But when I was in Fire and Sparks,
Yeah.
Sparks would be around that period.
Yeah. No, I think Sparks is kind of a little bit before that, right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
We could play music, and the people would accept it, and we call it education, where we play the music and the people would still dance to it.
Yeah.
Today, you need to just give them the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't give them the hits and you try and bring something that's just average,
Right.
they'll just look at you,
Yeah,
because they like to
interesting,
look at
man.
the DJs, right?
Interesting what you just said. It's like before, if you remember, we would listen to a new hit, or maybe if it's not even a hit yet.
Yes.
And we listen to it on air, on
Yeah,
radio,
yeah.
right? And we go, hey, that sounds pretty good, huh? Or if you go to a club and you got a good DJ, behind the decks, and he plays something, hey, check this one out. This sounds really good,
Yeah.
And no one has heard it before. And guys like you play it.
Yeah.
And then we in the audience, or we as the customers, we're there to have a good time. We go, hey, that sounds pretty good. That's
That's
a
right.
damn cool beat, right? And we learn to like it,
Yes, that's right.
right? But today, as you said, they ask for just play me the song, and then,
Yeah,
or just play these hits that everyone has heard about,
Yeah.
and will be happy. Right, so you prefer back to the Sparks
Yes,
days.
that's right.
Right, clubbers from the Sparks scene back
Yes,
then.
back then.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. The
Wow.
clubbers were then better.
Wow. Well, we've been chatting actually for an hour already, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, 1 hour?
It's been an hour, man. Oh crap! Yeah, it's been an hour. See how time flies when we have bad days and we're having fun. I've had fun, guys. Thank you so very much for being on CHC. It's really nice having you guys here. Once again, people, for those of you watching the Chris Hansen conversation, I've got with me Kenneth Mark, and I've got with me the Partyman, Clifford Chua. I can tell you something, man. These guys, they still rocking the land. Tin Box, which nights?
Depends on the rostering, because now we have two tin boxes, Simply Retro at Chimes,
Yep.
and also Clarke Quay.
Yep.
So like for Friday, we're opening up Clarke Quay.
Right.
Yeah, grand opening, and I'll
Wow.
be there. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so catch Kenneth Mark on Friday nights at the new Tin Box in Clarke Quay and opening real soon, so watch out for that. But we've got the Partyman, and I tell you something, man, I get so freaking envious, because when I check out this man's Facebook every freaking weekend, and he's always surrounded by the ladies.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck you do it, man, but you always, there is no way you will see Clifford in a picture without gorgeous babes around him.
It hasn't changed.
Yeah.
It's been the same since
Yeah.
he started off.
Like, what the fuck?
It's different.
Like, dude, you're a chick magnet, man.
Nowadays, being a DJ, SM social media is very, very, very important.
Agreed,
We forgot to talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
sure.
DJing and social media.
Okay.
You have, if you still want to be in the scene, you need to up your game on social media.
Yeah, that's right.
That means you need to have your Facebook for
Instagram.
35 to 55. You need to have your TikTok for 25 to 45. I'm sorry. You need to have your Instagram. Your IG from
Yes.
25, and then you need your TikTok for 18 to 38.
Yeah.
So you need to have all three.
Yeah, but that's still not the point. The point is, how the hell do you?
You're gonna get me into trouble. My wife is gonna listen to this.
Yo, but how do you always get? I need to know, man. How do you always have all these babes surrounding you? What do you do?
Well, not only girls, it's the guys are also with me. So throughout the years. Throughout the years.
Don't Tai Chi, man. Don't Tai Chi that shit. After we say cut, I'm gonna ask you. You're gonna give me the answer, okay? Because I
give me
just
some
can't
numbers.
stand this anymore.
The guys only play poker with him, that's all.
I always see babes in bikinis surrounding this man, and it's so grating. It's like, what the fuck? What does he do? How does he get that? But anyway, good for you, man. Good for you. Partyman Clifford spins at a sandbar in Sentosa practically every night.
Every Saturday.
Here we go. Okay, every Saturday. Okay, so if you want great music, you will have a great freaking time. Head down to the sandbar and look for this guy. You know why? Because he always has the babes around him. So make sure you're there. Anyway, and it's been nice having you guys on my show again, and I hope to see you next time. Make sure that you subscribe, you hit that notification button, and you follow us also on Facebook. Don't forget, subscribe to @CCBTV podcast on YouTube, and we are also on Instagram @ccb.tv_. This is Chris Hansen. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Cheers.